Let me tell you how my mama made my life fun and made our lives fun. When you meet her or if you encounter her and she starts talking, you can trust that everything that comes out of her mouth, she believes it. At least she believes it. And it's all going to make just basic common sense. And if it happens upon your occurrence one day, I'll almost guarantee you'll remember where you learned that lesson if it came from my mom's mouth. It's just quips that are just valuable tools. And I learned that from just being around elderly people when I was young, that, you know, some of the stuff they don't even realize how valuable it is because they just talking. For them, it's just talking. But to a young person who's inquisitive about where they're headed in life, it has great value to know some of the simplest things. So, when you have a mother who communicates as such to others, she has to find a different way to incorporate this family structure in your life if you're going to be exposed to other people who are taught families are a certain thing. So, what my mother would do is she would lie to us. She lied to us about everything: Christmas, the Easter Bunny, all that stuff. But her lies were, if my mama told you that she was not going to get you nothing for your birthday, you believed it. If she said, because you knocked that plate off that table, or you didn't wash them dishes, or you didn't make that bed up before you left this house this morning, and that means you ain't having no birthday party. When she said it, that was it. It was no birthday party. But like I said, my mama lied to us. She tell you the truth, but she lied to us. Cause come October 4th, that was the birthday party. Every time. It never failed. Now I don't know my brothers, they probably had different experiences, but that's who she was at all times. Now there were follow through punishments where she would say, "You're not going outside for 2 weeks." And she could keep that promise just by staying at home with us. we didn't, it wasn't nowhere we could walk to, wasn't nowhere we could escape to, like you go to a neighborhood and say, "Well, I'm gonna sneak out the one to go." You couldn't do that. No, because she said, "Your punishment, that means I'm gonna stay here at the house with you. We'll go get some movies and popcorn and things, and you ain't doing nothing but what you do with me. Because you try to walk out there, your feet gonna hurt before you get somewhere." That's country living and country parenting. So to get around that as a normal child in one of these normal families, that's normal without the A, you have to maneuver around some really, really clever parenting. I mean, you got to get around some real clever parenting. So what I decided to do was just, because you couldn't lie to her. She knew everything you said was a lie. What I decided to do was just navigate around the truth whenever she asked me. I'd imply the truth, but I just didn't tell the truth. You know what I mean when I say this, but I'm not going to say what you're asking me to say. And this how we going to be. And why do I feel like I have this right? I ain't no Santa Claus. I ain't no Easter Bunny. All them eggs that's out there was just boiled. None of them had no prize in them. And the prize that come out the box from the cereal is not going to compensate. And most of all, I was the only one making A's and B's. So your little program where you make your children do what they're supposed to do and you pay them for it is not working because I'm the only one making money. So your other children is abusing the fact that I's the one making the money. And that's how she ran her house. I mean, she pay us to do our chores. I mean, she pay us to do good work. The only somebody was getting paid wasn't me. So I had to maneuver around some things, some parenting. And one thing I never did do though was bow down to her. I never bowed down to my mom. No. Because I knew Easter was going to come around. And while I was down there bowing, waiting on that Easter bunny to come around that corner, she would run around hiding some eggs. And I know we need to eat them eggs for breakfast. And I like mine scrambled. She down there hiding boiled egg. And I like scrambled. Talk about some Easter bunny. So when I met this here fella, Jmont here, I said, you think you got a smooth little plan here. Somebody taught you a smooth little plan and you think it's good. You think you've done a good job. You think you've done so damn good at your job of what you came here to do that you're so satisfied with your work that you feel guilty for it. So guilty for what you did with your own choices that you're going to burn up my time with your guilt. You're going to burn up my time with your guilt. So I just, look, there go my mama. I don't have no fears when it comes to my mama, and neither should you. Nobody does. Unless you're afraid of getting some help from something and getting some knowledge or gaining an experience that you can grow from. Ain't nobody got no reason to fear her. The biggest event for me was to not hurt anybody. Because that was a rule. Everybody get what they want and nobody get hurt. If you need to stroke your ego to fill your guilt hole that's going to be there for life, I know it's going to permanently be there for life. I know it's a guilt hole. It's not going anywhere. If you're going to go there and be in that existence, a better place to be is to have an encounter with my mom. So you see maybe the guilt hole is not going to be as bad as you think it is, because when your birthday come around, there's going to be a party. She's throwing you a party. My mama, she going to throw you a birthday party. But I look up and he's doing his disappearing act. Now you see me. Now you don't. And as he's doing his disappearing act in front of my mom, because I also wanted her to see, Mom, look at this. Watch this. She's getting angry at me because she knows what I'm doing. And he walks over to my mom and does this. Literally. I gasped. And then he did it again. I said, this bitch just bowed to my mother. I'll never have another birthday party for the rest of my life. This bitch just bowed to the queen. Oh my God. Oh, I didn't know he was that hurt. I had no idea he was that hurt. I knew I was never going to have a partner against the lie, because the lie was beautiful. It was a beautiful, beautiful lie. It was a mother's lie. And I wasn't looking for, but I was looking for, at least in Jmont, an appreciation for the fact that I'm not going to appreciate your guilt hole. It's There isn't room in a human life. I don't believe at this point there's any room in a human life to appreciate a guilt hole, not not for what it truly is. I mean, it's guilt. It's not like something you can build a foundation on. It's 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 a it's a mark that you can learn from and move from, and you can always go back to there and see it. But it's not a foundation to build on. And when I saw that nod to my mother, as though she's not a mother, she's a queen, I knew he was on the wrong ship. That was not my ship. I don't know whose ship that is, but I know that whatever ship you're on, it's parallel to my ship. It's not my ship. So I watched that ship sail, understanding that my experience with Jmont as a single ship was over. There would be no coming back from you bowing to my mother. Not another man. No man gets to bow to my mother. Why? Because she's my mama. She's not your queen. I know. That's got to be a bitter pill to swallow. I've met her. But unfortunately, it's true. She's my mommy.